Hi, this is Dennis with Second Chance Tackle, and today we have the opportunity to preview for you some more reels that have come into the shop over the last week or so. We'll take a look at what I'll be working on, talk a little bit about the reels, and we will see which ones can make it to video. Well, those of you that watch my channel know that I like to respond to customer comments and requests, particularly for videos that find their way in for repair or service. So if you would like to see one of these as a video, please leave your suggestions or thoughts in the comment section. And also, if you haven't subscribed already, I want to encourage you to subscribe to my channel. That way you'll see which ones get posted, and well, you'll be able to take a look and see if that's one of the ones that you want to watch. I think what you find when I do these previews is that I get all types of reels, old and new, spin fishing, ocean, trolling, drop fishing, surf fishing. If there's a fishing out there, I generally get the reels to service, and I'm sure one or more of those will appeal to you. So subscribe and use the notification button. That's the best way to see what I'm posting and when I'm posting it. Well, the first one was actually a drop-off. It came from Anthony. I had worked on a few of Anthony's reels earlier, and he had asked me if he could bring a few more by, and I said, of course. So here's a Shimano Cardiff. I like these reels a lot. I happen to have the one in the wider version. I think this is the 200. I have the 400. And I'm going to have to check my library. I'm not sure if we've done a video on this one, but if we haven't, we'll certainly do it. Again, nice reel all around, and I like the Cardiffs a lot, and I personally fish one of them. Well, the other one is also a Shimano. This one's the Shimano Calcutta 100B. Similar in nature to the Cardiff, maybe a little bit more in terms of upscale, but always a mainstay of the fishing reels. And I think I've done a few of the Calcuttas, but again, I'll check, and if I haven't done one recently, I'll see what I can do. I do duplicate videos from time to time because, well, I try to think I'm getting better at what I'm doing, and sometimes just duplicating it may show you a different view of the reel, and maybe that's actually the orientation of the piece or the part or whatever it is that you're looking for. Well, here's the third one. It's a Penn Senator 113H. It's the high-speed 4.0 Senator, and this one's a beauty. It's a Penn Senator Special, and Penn Senators, this would be among the older versions because of two things. It's got the cross posts rather than the wide bars or the half frame, and the other one, there's a feature here that allows you to change the drags without taking the side plate off. You can see a large cap here that will enable you to pull those out. The newer models have a smaller cap, and while they eliminated that feature, you're not able to do anything with that if you don't make do with that. All right, so those are from Anthony. He's here in New Jersey. The next one comes in from New Hampshire, and this one is a good old Royal Maroon 2062 Shakespeare. And haven't we seen this before? This one's grease choked, hard to turn, but it appears that everything's moving. The axle shaft's moving up and down, the handle's turning the main gear. And we're going to do a bit cleaning on that one. We'll make that one good as new. Okay, this one comes in from Tennessee. I've had a little bit of a conversation with that. This one is a Daiwa 1300C. What I'm told is the anti-reverse button is not holding. And generally, I have to go back and check this one, but generally this one could be a function of a few things. They said that it was worked on and maybe the repairman didn't do it right. Could be a loose or missing spring. I'm gonna have to find out. But right now, apparently you have the anti-reverse, but it doesn't hold. There you go. So we're gonna have to find out what's going on with that. And then this one is a Daiwa Longcast X, and I'm told that the long cast feature is not working. And while those are very difficult to try and fix, if it's dirt and grease and grime, we'll take it apart, we'll see. But if it's just functioning as is, you may have lost the long cast feature on that, but you can continue to fish that reel. Well, let's see what else the mailman has brought in. This one comes from, I don't know where it's coming from. New Jersey, my home state. This one's coming from Ocean City, New Jersey. That's about 100 miles away from me. New Jersey, for those of you that know geography, is a very long state. And This one is a Ocean City. It's the 923C, and this is a beautiful level wind reel. It's one of the best level wind reels made, bar none. I think it's better than the Penn 209. This one's working, but it's got a gear noise in it that I can hear. It's possible that that's just some gears crying out for lubrication, or it might be more. I'm also hearing a click. That kind of sounds like, well, yeah, that click is just the line hitting the back end here. All right, well, we'll take care of that one. And that one goes to, be done. All right, this one I think was an interesting one. This comes from Colleen in New York City. She and I had exchanged some text notes. She's had this reel for a very long time. It was actually attached to a Shakespeare rod, if I remember. And, well, we couldn't quite figure out how to get the darn thing off. Well, eventually we did. It was a spring-loaded one. And this is a Pflueger. This is the Pflueger Supreme. And I'm told that it's not quite running like it used to. And it is pretty tight. And I think when we go back and we look at these reels, we generally find out that this one, like that Shakespeare 2062 that we saw, well, it just becomes full of old grease that needs to be cleaned out and get it working again. Okay, this one's from, not quite sure where Larkspur is. It's got an 8000 code, so it's out west. And let's see what the postman has brought us. So, well, we've answered it. Larkspur is in Colorado. Looks like we have two reels here. The first one is a Mitchell 301. The 301 is pretty much identical to the 300, with the exception that it cranks from the right-hand side rather than the left-hand side. And I'm not quite sure what the issue was, if I recall. If there was an issue. Okay, well, we have a bail trip that's not working. That's generally dirt, and we can clean that one up. As long as your bail makes an attempt to close, which is what happened here, it tripped and it got halfway before it stopped. If it makes an attempt to close, generally parts are not broken. It's just a matter of it being tied up and tight and tired. And we have an old Penn 85. So this is a Penn 85. It's the Seaboy. Has a wooden handle, so chances are this was right around World War II, possibly early in the Penn lineup, or it could be that handle was replaced. Makes me think it was replaced because that doesn't have the scalloped nut on it. It has a handle screw. I'm going to have to go back and see if that's an indication that the reel is old with the handle screw like that. Actually, I think on the 85s it did belong that way. Let's go back and check. All right, this one comes in from Mark in Pennsylvania. And let's see what Mark is sending. So we've kind of gone around the world here. We've done Colorado, Pennsylvania, Tennessee. Another one here is an automatic. This is the Mitchell 440. This one should have a flip to automatically trip the bail and then close like it's doing there. So it'll flip it. It's kind of like the Zebco press push button. When you're ready to cast, you hit the button, it retracts, and you release for casting. And then as you turn, it closes the bail. Very nice little reel. I think I've done a video on that one. If I haven't, well, you can look forward to that. And then finally we got one more coming in here. And this one's coming from, well, another New Jerseyan. So that's good. I got three from New Jersey today, including the drop-off. Always nice to see the locals and learn a little bit about them. When I find those folks, I always like to ask about the fishing conditions, what's hot, what's not, and so on. And we're having a little bit of trouble getting this thing open. That's always seems to be normal for me. And this one's from John. And John and I have talked on this one. I think this is the Ocean City with the bad spool. So John told me he had this reel open and that the spool is bent on it. Actually, that spool doesn't look too bad. Well, we're gonna, yeah, you can feel it. You can see a wobble over here in that spool side, and we're gonna see what we can do to replace that and get this reel working for John again. So we got a lot of interesting challenges here. Got some new and some old, and a little bit of everything in between. So I hope you've enjoyed that. And again, if you want to see one of these made into a video, please let me know in the comment section. To our first responders and essential personnel, thank you for everything it is that you do to keep us safe. To everyone, please stay safe, stay well, and stay watching. This is Dennis with Second Chance Tackle. Have a great day.